Welcome to the 149th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I am Tiger Height.
And I'm Peanut Gallery.
So, let's hop right into it. No match, by the way. I could not find a good place to find this match.
Other than on Peacock, but Peacock is probably would most likely block.
Well, no, what they do is that when you try to screen record something through Peacock, it literally turns off the screen.
Oh.
They have like a recording software, whatever, in the background. And I don't have the sophistication and the tools necessary to circumvent that.
Right.
So, Drew Gulak being released. This kind of culminates into a couple of different parts as it relates to drama.
Mm-hmm.
There was fairly large backlash when he was released because there was speculation that Ronda Rousey and her allegations against Drew Gulak were involved in his release.
But it wasn't. His contract was up in 2 months, and he has behavior issues, apparently.
Yes,
so.
That's what I heard, is that the guy is a bully backstage.
That's what I heard as well.
And WWE do not tolerate that anymore.
No.
So it's like, well, we're just not going to renew his contract.
Right, because his contract was up, and he's like, well, we're just not going to renew your contract.
They do this all the time.
Yeah.
So people need to, chill out about it. And it's not, what was Drew Gulak doing?
Right.
And they were like, well, you should keep him around. Why?
For what reason? He's not really contributing a lot. And they told his story off pretty well.
Yeah, they literally killed him.
Yeah.
The D'Angelo family took care of him. You know what that means in Mafia? You're deaded. You are not alive anymore.
Right.
So unless he comes back as a zombie, they basically wrote him out of the existence of wrestling.
Well, out of WWE.
Out of WWE.
He is good friends with Bryan Danielson, though. So,
right, so
there is a possibility that he could be going to AEW.
Oh, goody gumdrops. It's like they need more people.
Right.
Ridiculous. Speaking of AEW, Dave Meltzer went on quite a large rant regarding the reason of AEW's downfall in basically everything. It's all nothing. It was a bunch of excuses.
Right.
And it really kind of puts more into perspective on the attitude that has cultivated around this company.
Mm-hmm.
Because we always say this. At least I can speak for myself. I don't know about Peanut Gallery. He might hate the company. I do not hate AEW. I think AEW is a net positive in the world of wrestling.
Yes, having competition is healthy.
Right. But the fan base, how the superstars go online and talk about it, it's the toxic environment around the company.
And we went over that last week ad nauseum.
Right. But I highlight that because, once again, look at what's around them. Now Dave Meltzer is going out there making excuse after excuse after excuse.
Which is even more credence to the fact that he might be paid by this company.
Exactly. I mean, I always thought that he was paid by the company,
right.
But him going out there and doing this rant is just ridiculous. He blocks if you disagree with him one iota. He's literally the worst. And he's just getting worse and worse, where he used to be credible and reputable, but now he's not, because it's obvious that he is bought and paid for by this company, and it has done nothing to help them out. Zero. In fact, it's probably hurting their reputation more that they are buying essentially the journalists.
Yes.
A lot of drama around the journalists.
Yeah, I know. I've been noticing that.
Triple H, in his conference on Backlash, it was brought up about Drew Gulak, and he basically trashed the sources. He's like, well, maybe you should actually get some better sources, because that's not what happened.
Right.
And I think that's hilarious.
Well, Triple H has always had issues with wrestling journalists.
Well, the problem is that they're not reputable anymore. Right. All of them are bought and paid for. Sapp is bought and paid for. Meltzer is bought and paid for. If Raj was still with Wrestling Inc., I'm pretty sure he would have been bought and paid for too.
Right.
But just look at the difference in how people cover things. And Triple H put it out there. He's like, these people are not credible. They are not. They are making shit up at this point.
Right.
Sapp is a loser. Fightful are a bunch of dorks, even though Sapp is literally the head honcho That Denise bitch is the cum rag of SAP. That's why she has her fucking job.
Right.
Meltzer is a old, tired bot dork.
Yes.
Alvarez is literally his fleshlight.
Yes.
And everyone around it, all they do is blow each other and Tony.
Well, wrestling, journalism ain't the way it used to be. So
I know exactly, and the problem is that these places used to be these great things, and Triple H now sees for what it is, and I think every wrestling fan who's worth their weight in salt should see what these people are.
Yeah,
it's like, look at other sources. There was a news group on Twitter a while ago. They're called Zero. They have better fucking sources sometimes than these than these journalists.
Right.
It's stupid. It's fake news. It's always fake news. But that was really the drama. Like I said, there's
a lot of journalism drama.
A lot of journalism drama that is truthful.
Yeah.
And just let's take off the sunglasses, ironically, me saying that, and look at it as an outsider.
Right.
It's just not there. Ariel Helwani covers wrestling better. And
he
barely covers wrestling.
Right, but he's also, isn't he a part of ESPN?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does. Well, he's primarily MMA, but they're covering more wrestling because wrestling is still a hot.
And they're always covering WWE because Ariel Helwani, I think, is pro WWE.
Well, because now they're with UFC. They're under the same company, so there you go. But that was really all the drama. There wasn't really a whole lot outside of there. Sometimes there's a lot of drama. Sometimes there's not. This one was kind of circle venting around journalists. So there you go. Peanut Gallery, there's quite a few pieces of news.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's get into it.
Yep.